Kind of looks like fog until you realize just how long it stuck around for us today. Air quality alerts are in place until 4 tomorrow afternoon, thanks to smoke from wildfires burning in Canada.
Yep, the red dots mean that you're breathing with a spoon and fork today. The haze did have some fog mixed in, which looked nasty, and Danielle actually made the air quality a little bit worse.
Yeah, I know, you guys. It was just a day, right? Good news is we're going to see the shifting in the winds as we look ahead toward tomorrow afternoon into the evening. We'll get a couple of thunderstorms in here, and that should help us out. But we're going to be left with this kind of smoky soup, so to speak, of overnight and into tomorrow morning. It's already lowering visibility quite a bit, down to 2-3 miles out there around the heart of the Denver metro area. And you can see the air quality forecast through tomorrow afternoon will remain unhealthy. You can kind of see the scale out there. It's bad, and it's bad for everyone. As we look at the air quality alert, it's not just here in the city. The Eastern Plains also dealing with this. And again, this is going to continue until 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We have a ridge of high pressure up to the north. That's allowing all the smoke from the wildfires in Canada to kind of hop into that wind and then immediately push back down here to the Front Range. Those northerly winds helping to kind of push it back into our backyard. Here we are at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can see just by the coloring contours for the urban corridor just how thick, how dense that smoke will be, and then stretching off to the eastern side of the state. We'll get some reprieve in the afternoon into the evening as we find a little bit of rain with a couple of thunderstorms out there. Again, most of the action tonight is up in the high country, but we will tap into a few more isolated storms tomorrow afternoon and into the evening. Plus, I have some warmer days to come. Today, we couldn't get out of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even some 80s in that extended forecast. I'll show you in about 10 minutes.
All right. Thank you, Danielle.
Terrible air quality, terrible timing.
Yeah, it's springtime in Colorado. People have plans this weekend that don't mix well with staying indoors. Here's 9 News reporter Jennifer Meckles.
We talk about the weather throughout the day. We are weather people all the time.
Plant people tend to be weather people.
It has been an unusual season.
And yet it is gardeners galore at City Floral in Denver, despite this gloomy, smoky afternoon.
You know, had a very cold winter. Everybody's ready to do something, and we're just trying to get out of this. We enjoy those 70-degree weather. We just like a little sunshine.
No sunshine today, just smoke.
I could smell it when I left my house this morning.
Dr. Mary Laird Warner is a pulmonary critical care specialist and chief medical officer at North Suburban Medical Center.
It's not great. In fact, we're between the orange and the red levels right now of the air quality index.
At that level, it is not good for anyone to inhale this stuff, especially anyone high risk.
The smaller particulates are getting deep into your lungs, so you may perceive shortness of breath, you may perceive tightness in your chest, you may hear a funny musical sound coming out, we call that a wheeze, or you may feel just frank difficulty taking breath and chest pain.
Terrible timing for fun plans outside this weekend, like the tens of thousands of runners lining up for the Colfax races Sunday morning.
So I'm going to be on leg 4, the screaming downhill. So, you know, I got my bib, I got my shirt.
Dr. David Buther is a pulmonologist at National Jewish Health and running the relay with some fellow doctors.
You know, set your expectations appropriately. There's a higher than normal chance that maybe you don't feel so great or maybe you don't get your best time. And for those of us that are healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a little scratchy throat, runny nose, a little bit of a cough, but we shouldn't suffer any long-term side effects from this.
Both of these doctors say, listen to your body. And Dr. Buther says maybe don't count on setting any personal records Sunday.
Yeah, no, I would have PR'd, but, you know, it was the air quality. It's all Canada's fault. So.
You can still smell smoke in the air at this hour, guys. And to be clear, neither of these doctors are saying, hey, go outside and breathe this air all weekend. They're just saying we recognize that maybe you've trained months for this race or you got to go to your kid's soccer game and you don't have a choice. So just be thoughtful and be careful about it, right? Air quality is supposed to get better by Sunday, but you can check it online. If you're the kind of folks who rely on an inhaler, have that with you at all times and just be mindful, be smart about it.
Yep. Be aware that the tightness in the chest might not just be your exertion from running or shouting for your kids or whatever. All right. Thank you, Jenny. So smoke's obviously coming down from Canada. Canada has had an especially active start to the fire season. More than 225 fires are burning there as of tonight. 86 are classified as out of control. The U.S. is sending more than 600 federal, state, and local firefighters up to help. The Alpine Hotshot crew, based out of Rocky Mountain National Park, is already there. A 12-year-old's father says his son made a bad decision, but he doesn't think it should have cost him his life. Sixth grader Elias Armstrong was killed in a shootout over a stolen car. February 5th, a 35-year-old man reported his car stolen from the Northfield Shopping Center. He tracked his car with an app. In newly released audio from 911 calls, the man told police that he planned to chase down the suspects with a weapon. Police told him to stay where he was.
Seen anyone pull a gun on the suspect?
Video captures the encounter between the man and the sixth grader. You can see a car pull up, man runs out, there's smoke from gunfire. The man claims that he did not shoot first. Armstrong, the sixth grader, all of 74 pounds, died of a gunshot wound to the arm and chest.
He has no business being able to cross the line and act like an officer and be able to track his car down and with a firearm. I'm missing and I'm so sorry, and how much I'm going to fight to try to get him the justice that he deserves.
We are not naming the car owner involved in this because Denver's district attorney said that car owner will not be charged, said conviction is unlikely. The investigation into Armstrong's death is still open.
More than 10,000 migrants have come to Denver. The majority don't want to stay here. This is just an in-between for many. Many, like Jean, who we met last week, bought their own tickets here, but he's leaving Denver with help from the city. Since December, Denver has bought 5,300 bus tickets. Gustavo made it here from Texas, alone, separated from his wife and family, and it wasn't until he borrowed someone's phone to learn that his family was in Dallas. He's holding on to the little he has left to buy another bus ticket to go back to the state where he left from.
Me siento muy orgulloso y muy feliz, la verdad, porque ya sé que voy a estar muy pronto con ellos ya y darles un abrazo, pues más que todo, porque créame que veníamos juntos y separarlo fue muy difícil para mí, pues la verdad. Pero ya gracias a Dios, ya creo que ya mañana por la tarde ya estaremos juntos nuevamente.
The city spent more than $360,000 on little more than 1,000 bus tickets in 1 week. The majority of tickets are going to Chicago and New York.
All the adults in charge that are supposed to make school safe failed my brother.
Luis Garcia's family says they want answers, accountability, and action. Someone shot and killed that 16-year-old in front of East High School February 13th. Today, Santos Garcia, Luis's dad, stood outside that school for the first time since his son's death. He noticed the DPD car parked in front of the school, pointed it out, said that security like that may have saved his son's life. At the time of Luis's death, DPD did not have school resource officers posted up at schools.
No quisiera que alguien más estuviera en nuestro lugar.
I wouldn't want anybody else to be in our place.
The family has filed a notice of claim intending to sue the school district and the school board for Luis's death. Denver police have not arrested anyone for his killing. After the two shootings at East, DPS Superintendent Alex Marrero released a proposed safety plan for next school year. Sunday will be the last day community members can give input on the first version. You can do that on the DPS website. The second draft will be released next Friday. They hope to put the final version in front of the board at the end of June.
A national movement to ban guns state by state is starting here in Colorado. Here for the Kids promises 25,000 moms will show up at the Capitol on June 5th and demand Governor Polis ban guns and implement a buyback program. Gun lobbyists say these efforts are on their radar and they're ready with a lawsuit to keep any level of gun ban from happening. A leisurely Tuesday afternoon spent shopping for your next assault rifle is this man's right. Yours too. But not if these women have anything to say about it.
So what we need is a federal ban on guns, right? We know state legislation is not working. Since Columbine, we've had more and more state legislation and we have more and more mass death.
That's why Here for the Kids is bypassing the Colorado legislature to achieve their goal of banning guns in the state.
On the eve of Columbine anniversary a couple of weeks ago, the Democratic state legislature killed the assault weapons ban bill. They're not going to do anything.
A big reason Bill 1230 didn't pass? This guy.
Of course, we took that seriously. We engaged over, I think it was almost 200,000 members in that fight across Colorado, which was, we believe, was the catalyst to killing that bill.
Taylor Rhodes, the executive director of Rocky Mountain Gun Owners, a no-compromise group that has become the most powerful gun lobbyist in the state, says Here for the Kids is being taken seriously, too.
When our members hear about an assault weapons ban, we have to fight back. It's our obligation.
But Rhodes is skeptical. Here for the Kids has the numbers, they say, or has even chosen the right guy.
Governor Polis, aside from our efforts, he was one of the largest opponents of the bill and was ultimately one of the reasons that leadership sent it to a committee that it was going to be killed. So it's almost laughable to think that a group is going to demand Governor Polis to do something that he wouldn't do in the legislative session.
Syra Rao, the co-founder of Here for the Kids, says the collective grief of 25,000 moms is a powerful tool.
When people ask, is Jared Polis going to sign it? I have to believe that anybody, when they see thousands and thousands of moms begging, please save my children, protect my children, any decent human being will do it. I believe that Jared Polis is going to say yes because he's never seen this before. This has never happened before.
We stopped by Bristlecone Shooting Range in Lakewood and talked to several of these folks about Here for the Kids plans. Nobody was keen to share their view on camera, but we heard the word unconstitutional a lot.
Yeah, so regardless of what happens, if there's an assault weapons ban in Colorado, we will sue. We know that it's unconstitutional, and whether that be through an executive order or through the legislative process, we will make sure that that is never on the books in Colorado.
And you're saying assault weapons, this is all guns.
Right.
They're planning to ban all guns.
Right, correct. Yeah, we would sue.
Lawsuits are no deterrent for a group who says they have the ultimate weapon on their side. Hope.
This is our America. June 5th is our America. Jared Polis and the rest of the world is going to see that the people have power, and we're coming for the guns.
We're also curious why June 5th at 5 a.m. specifically, and the group tells us they want to shut down the city before rush hour, and they say they will remain there on the steps of the Capitol sitting peacefully till they get what they want.
They violated almost every single landlord-tenant law that there is.
Cockroaches, bed bugs, more nasty business. Former tenants are bringing their landlord to court, and they want more to join them.
Two men spent nearly a whole day lost in the woods, trapped by conditions. Rescue finally came, but took one of them to jail.
They have not been seen in more than a decade, but the Badgers are back in Boulder.